Hi everyone, my name is Austin Zollner and this is my assignment 5 revisions, which essentially are covering the reflection on assignment 4 on the mini teaching unit. So I'll just really briefly recap my teaching unit focus. It was on the order of operations and I went with backwards design. So I had students use technology and they created a video of a self-created PEMDAS question, a question that follows the order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. And they had to show all of their steps in a video format. So students partnered up, or they could work individually, and they made an order of operations question and then posted this on the digital format of Flipgrid, so that there's a sort of public product with that. They then went and peer reviewed their other classmates' work by watching their videos and checking and just seeing the steps essentially. So to answer the questions, how do the tasks yield appropriate evidence? Well, the tasks, students were creating their own PEMDAS question, not doing one given by me. They then had to solve their own question. So they had to show their work with that aspect. Then again, going back, like I said, students had to peer review each other's videos and try to solve. What I had them do was pause the video when the first initial question came up and see if they could solve it on their own. And if they were stuck, then they would go and copy down the steps in the video if they were not sure how to move forward. This way, students could have their work checked by multiple people, not just me in the end. How were these complex real-world applications? Well, they were given a lot of autonomy and independence. Essentially, I gave them a checklist. The directions were given, and they were essentially on their own. They could always ask me for questions, but most of the students worked really, really well. It wasn't just rote memorization out of some textbook. Students were not copying from worksheets. This was all student-centered. And finally, they were engaging with technology in a relatable way, accessing a site they never had before, and they had to do a little bit of problem solving on their own to get to the end goal. There was a few assessments that were used to show evidence of learning. So I had given them a checklist, which basically served as the rubric and the steps that they were to follow. Informally, students could check their work with me, and I would kind of come around and check as they did it. In terms of a more formal sense, myself was checking the video and the steps in the final video production just to make sure that they did actually end up following everything on the checklist. And then another formal assessment was the peer reviews, where students watched each other's videos and tried to solve them. And often they would see if a student was correct or not, because either their work was way off or exactly the same. How are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect? This is one that I definitely, in the next slide, I'll be talking about in a way to improve for the future. So really, I didn't have many ways for them to self-assess. Essentially, they were double-checking their work as they created their video, and working with partners helped to sort of balance that out. And then in the peer reviews, this was sort of more of an internal inherent comparison, right? Where they are comparing their own work and thinking, wow, this person did it this way. Maybe in the future I could do it that way as well, and that might improve my overall quality. Finally, these are some of the changes that I would make with the reason why. So after creating the video, I would like students to fill out a self-reflection form on Google Forms that discusses what they liked about the project, what they didn't like, suggestions for the future, so I can sort of take their advice with me. This would allow for greater self-assessment and to help me improve the design of this project in the future. And then finally, in the peer review stage, it would be one or the other. I would like students to, in the peer review, check a box saying yes, the video had the correct solution, or no, the video did not, and prove their reasoning. Otherwise, if I did not do that, I would absolutely have students get their order of operations, steps, and work checked by me before they are allowed to create the video. That would just sort of clear up a lot of the confusion. So it would be either A or B would be the two options I would do. So this is my quick video on revisions I would make and evidence from assignment 4. Thank you.